Let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Cheng-Kung. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Dubten Dorji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of the group practice this evening, of the Sukhavati Western Pure Land of utmost bliss, Amitabha Tathagata. 师母, Tanchen Gyatso, Duden Siddhi, Duden Karma, all Dharma masters, Dharma lecturers, Dharma teachers, Dharma instructors, Dharma teaching assistants, temple and center directors, and all disciples present here and over the internet. Good evening, everyone. How do you do? These are greetings in different languages. Let's directly go to the Q&A. A question from Taiwan. Lotus Zhao Tang. Recently, Grandmaster has often given teachings on the suffering of illness and old age. It seems that no one can escape them, as though they are destined to happen. So I would like to ask Grandmaster, the hiking sutra that we often recite, that we have recited thousands or tens of thousands of times, why can't it eliminate the suffering of birth and death? It's mentioned in the Hiking Sutra. Eliminate the suffering of birth and death and eliminate all poisons and harms. Eliminate the suffering of birth and death and eradicate all kinds of poisons and harms. That's the most important piece in the Hiking Sutra. And because of that, everybody chants so much of it. And the question, after chanting thousands and tens of thousands of times, can't you eradicate the suffering of birth and death? Because many people cannot escape the suffering of birth, old age, and sickness, and death. That's the question. Anybody can help me? Help me answer this question. So after chanting thousands and tens of thousands times, It's recited that the death revives, so the dead person can become alive again. But why people still die after chanting thousands or tens of thousands of times? And some of them are still sick and cannot stop the suffering of old age and sickness. Anybody can answer? Be brave. Who answered? Okay, Sui. Finally, I caught one. Give her the microphone. She asked, is there a gift?
这命中注定就是一个数字啊，所以你如果会念高
It's a destiny.
那也就是说，你也会念这个经。
If you can chant the sutra, then more and less.
就这样。
That's all. Anybody understands? No. So you should explain it. If I remember it well, 2 weeks ago, Grandmaster said that it's a predestiny in life. There's a famous song that you win through your effort. 70% is effort, 30% is destiny. And Grandmaster's answer is that it's also part of the destiny. So it's still part of the destiny.
Okay.
Thank you for your answer. You belong that there is fate. Because we all know that the Song dynasty, Sao Kangjie from the Song dynasty, that has written several books. If you know the year, month, date, time, hour, and minutes, including the minutes of your birth, and then through their numerology, you calculate. And based on your numbers, and then it can calculate your fate and destiny. And based on these numbers, you can check the numbers in the book, and that would be your destiny. That's called the iron plate numerology. And in the ancient time, it's called the Shaozi numerology as well. So the Song dynasty in China. And then through several generations, Tang, and then Song, and then Yuan, and Ming, Qing. And then the current one, either People's Republic of China or Republic of China, either one, that's already 4 dynasties apart.
也是1000多年以前，
Sao Tzu, I Ching numerology.
就已经
So that's over 1,000 years ago. This is something created over 1,000 years ago.
它是少康节，
So Kangjie, or in short, Sao Tzu,
你按照它的 number
books
数字去查
that he wrote. So based on your numerology, you check your own destiny. It would be very clear from your birth until your death at what age. It's all calculated very
宋
accurately.
朝的时候就有这样子的
So such a thing already existed since Song Dynasty.
命定，它不是按照少主艺术讲，它不叫算命，
So according to the Sao Tzu numerology,
验命，
this is not a divination, but it is
你的命运，
to prove your fate and
你
destiny.
本来就要这样子。
And that's what's supposed to happen. It's destined.
准到什么时候？准到什么
It's so accurate
你每
to
个月的薪水，它都给
what
你算出来。
level, to the monthly salary even.
准到什么程度？
And how
你什
accurate
么
is
时候碰
this?
到
Is
什么人
it?
会骗多少钱？
Whom you would encounter and how much money you would be cheated out, all can be
准到什么程度？
can be laid
你
out.
在家里排行第几？你有几个男
And
人？
to what level?
你有几个兄弟
Like
姐妹？都
how
给
many
你算得清楚。
siblings you have and where are you in the number of siblings
你老婆属什么的？
and the family name of your wife and her name can also be calculated.
这在中国就有。
So this exists in China.
就是命运，就是有一个数，有一个
So
数字
that's a destiny. That's a fate or destiny in
要
there.
改变这个数，
As I have said, the only way to change this is two kinds of people. One is with great deed or with great major bad
可以改
deed
变，
can change it.
否则你变不了。
Otherwise, you will not be able to change it.
就是这样子。那么这个弟子问的，
So this disciple asks that destiny is predestined.
我们为什么要努力？
Then why should we work hard?
还要拼
Because it's definite, it's already
当某一
predestined.
年的时候你会拼，也是
But let
定
me
的。
tell you, at a certain year, you will work hard. That's already part of the destiny. Whether you will be lazy or you will work hard at a certain year, that's all
气
predestined.
氛靠拼命，
30% is destiny and 70% relies on your effort. But actually, everything is predestined.
我也早就看
It's fated. I see through it long ago that the destiny is all
我告诉你，这
predetermined.
这一辈子，你会遇到某一个人啊，都不是偶然。我已经讲过了，都不是偶
So
然
I have talked about this, that whomever you would encounter in this life
你会遇到某一个人
is
某
not
一个人某一个人会发生什么事情，通通都
is
写好
not
的。
a coincidence. It's all part of it.
早就你的人生的剧本在这一生当中
It's in your
写好的。
life script.
你懂得少主艺术的人就知道，
It's
通通都编好的。
if you understand Sao Tzu numerology, then you know everything has been
因为是编
predetermined.
好的，
And because of that,
所以你这一辈子命里面注定，你留什么注定。
So whatever in this lifetime, it's already fixed that for Sung Yan Lu at 26, you would encounter Golden Mother and then walk the path of Dharma propagation and would encounter whomever's supposed to encounter, and whoever's supposed to come, they would come. Whoever's supposed to leave, they would leave. There is no need for complaint or resentments. Whatever's supposed to come will come. Whatever not supposed to come will not come. Because the script has been predetermined. You just play the role, and then afterward you finish, and that's dead. And then if there's another script for next life, you would come on stage again and play again. And those with affinities would come together, without would go separate ways, and you just play it again.
我告诉你啊，告诉这个弟子，莲花教堂。
Let me tell you, this disciple, those who are supposed to sick will still be sick. Those who will get old will get old. Those who will die, and those who will be born will be born. So whether you chant thousands of times or tens of thousands of times, they're all predestined that you're supposed to chant. That it's your fate that you should chant Hiking Sutra. Hiking Sutra is the first sutra that was given to me by the elder Venerable Si Huiling at the Jet Emperor Temple. So I was predestined to chant Hiking Sutra. If when I encounter difficulties, I would chant Hiking Sutra. Then why do you want to chant Hiking Sutra? Because you can eliminate the suffering of life and death, and to eradicate the sufferings of poisons and harms. Like my being ill this time, I follow the course of nature, but being ill is truly suffering like hells. I can't stand it. It's unbearable. So I also chant the Hiking Sutra. At least I can lessen it, but it is part of your destiny to lessen the suffering. If I didn't chant, maybe I would have been dead. It's not bad that I can come back alive and still get on the Dharma throne to give Dharma teaching. Only a month after hospitalization, and that was a grand ceremony too. Already giving Dharma teaching within a month. Just carrying my sick body with pain, getting on and off the car. I had 2 surgeries. It was painful when I get on and off the car back then. Oh heavens, I wouldn't dare next time. That's why I was still sick. Already very lucky, very fortunate that I could recover. Second, Taiwanese age, I'm 82 now. So I'm more fortunate than others. Those other 82-year-olds, they use canes, walking sticks.
别人去信82岁，82岁，你还能够到处啪啪走啊？
So at 82, can you still go all over the place? That's not bad. And that's how incredible the Hiking Sutra is.
还能够打拳打棍，打扇
And
手，
I
打
could
少林
still
棍，当扇手、少林棍这样子打。
perform the Vajrafist exercises, the Vajrapole, and the martial arts
我要把
postures. I still do
不然有一天跟
push-ups.
你们去游泳怎么看？
I have to build my muscles again. Otherwise, when we go
去
swimming,
游泳，哎呀，我
then you
现在不
see
这样子。
you see such a body that would be
82
bad.
岁耶，
I'm 82,
他在那边跟你们拼，
and I still need to
哪一
compete
天
with
休
you.
息？从礼拜一
I
到
still need to work
到哪一
hard.
天？哪一天休息过？
Is there any day that I take a rest?
去动物园啊，去看玻璃艺术馆啊，
Yeah, okay.
也
That
休息一
we
次。
once every month going to the zoo,
去
the
游泳，
glass garden. Next time we'll go hiking, swimming.
老夫跟你们拼了。
I would
82岁啊，一般来讲82岁的人，
compete
弯
with
腰驼
you.
背的都很多的啦。
Most people at 82 would be stooping and
半年来啊，有时候这边腰痛啊，有时候哪里痛，有时候
I just hang on to it. Sometimes I have pain on my knees, on my legs, on my
肚子都没
back,
连一步都不
and sometimes I could not even lift
做
a
轮椅都
step.
不能做，
I could not even get on the
已
wheelchair,
经都撑过来了。
and yet I have to force myself.
99%，
But now I'm about 99% better.
现在你叫我吊单杠，我还是能够吊。
So if you ask me to the single bar or double bar of the gymnastic, I can still do it.
不会骗你。
I'm not lying to you. I can still do it.
我一站哈，一站就可以站几个小时的。
I can stand for hours.
你看那扎基拉姆，他来找我的时候啊，
When Tajilamu comes to see me, I cannot talk about it.
从这个晚上9点到
From
早上7点。
9 to 7 a.m.
这条念珠，
This
这个
mala
是
beads,
真的珍珠哦，
these are real
人家
pearls.
送给扎基拉姆，
Someone gave it to Tajilamu.
挂在扎基拉姆的胸前，
So hang on Tajilamu's
挂在他
neck.
的胸前。
When I get home, I would hang it on her,
现在
and
这个
then
珍珠啊，
at the daytime I would wear it
白天我
on my chest, and she would wear it at night.
你知道吗？晚上3点到
You
早
know,
上7点呢，
from 3 a.m. to 7
3
a.m.
个多小时，
over 3 hours.
我也不怕他。
I'm not scared of her, and of course, she's not afraid of me.
这个念高王经有用，
So there's use in chanting the Hiking Sutra.
念的时候你就要念。
When you're supposed to chant, you should chant. It would decrease your sufferings of life and death, of illnesses.
可是现在已经不在了。
Otherwise, I would have been gone by now.
你有缘念你就念，因为那里面所有的全部是活菩
If you
萨的
have the desire to chant, you should chant, because in it they're all just the epithets, the names of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas.
因为总之要有一个依靠啊。
So you need to have some reliance,
上
right?
彼岸，你
You
要有
want to
船
get on the other shore and you need the boat or the ferry
方法。
to carry you. And the ferry means the
我刚
methods.
刚念了，禅定跟智慧都是方法，
Like what I just
禅定
said,
就是一个方法。
meditation and wisdom, they're both methods. Meditation is also a
大家
method.
在修法的时候，我坐在上面，我嘴巴没有念，
When you're chanting, when you're practicing, I
我是
sit
在做
here
禅定。
and I did not chant, but I was
如果
meditating.
头低得很下，那是睡觉；
If my head
如果头
nodded
撑得很直，
really low, that's sleeping.
那是在
But
做禅定。
when I'm upright and the head is straight, that's meditation.
就是
The difference between sleep and meditation,
就是禅定。
meditation is between a wakefulness and sleep.
只要我眼睛一打开，我就很有精神。
As soon as I open my eyes, I'm full of energy.
禅定有一个好处，你人很累，
There is a benefit in meditation, to meditation.
做
When you're
定
tired,
的呼吸，
then you sit in meditation and do the breathing meditation. That's what I keep doing.
进入
Entering a certain state.
出定的话，
And when you exit from meditation, then all the exhaustion, the tiredness would disappear.
累很累，
And you started out with really exhaustion,
你只要禅定，
say today, but after meditation,
在差不多10分钟、20分钟，
for 10 or 20 minutes
精神就
or under, then you would recover.
就是一个好处。
You would be rejuvenated. That's a benefit
念经也是一样，
to it. The same with chanting the
精神
sutra.
专一在念经。
If you focus on the
因为我
sutra
念的高
chanting,
经哦，跟人家不一样。
so when I chant,
那么分，那么法，那么先，我口语言佛，上面上面我讲语言佛法。那么摩巴切波罗蜜是大神咒，那么摩巴切波罗蜜大明咒，那么摩巴切波罗蜜无上咒，那么摩巴切波罗蜜是无顶顶咒。那么正讲比如法将佛数字后心咒，因王佛，不可以迷定王佛，法佛佛，金刚总数字有希佛，保险佛心通佛，有数琉璃光王佛，宝光功德三王佛，神足功德宝王佛，对其七佛未来现劫成佛，千国八佛万国千佛，五百华仙佛，八海金刚总佛，定光佛，六方六佛妙。 东方宝光月殿王庙春年龙佛，南方寿光华王佛，西方作王神通阳华王佛，北方月殿清净佛，上方无所清净宝寿佛，下方三奇元王佛，无量诸佛多宝佛，释迦牟尼佛，弥勒佛，阿弥佛，弥陀佛，中央一切众生在佛世界中，皆皆到地上，一界虚空中，只有一切众生各能安稳修持，作业修持，心上求上诸经能灭生死，过消除诸多害。南无大明观世音，观明观世音，高明观世音，开明观世音，有王菩萨，有相菩萨。 文殊师利菩萨、普贤菩萨、虚空藏菩萨、地藏王菩萨、清凉波山一万菩萨、宝光如来化身菩萨、念良总出经、七不谢尊、济公九业、离波地九九地多尼地呀那地地尼地，我徛地正千地所下。八大菩萨、观世音菩萨、文殊师利菩萨、普贤菩萨、地藏王菩萨、弥勒菩萨、虚空藏菩萨、金刚手菩萨、出盖藏菩萨。这就念一遍啦。
so that's one station of the Hiking Sutra.
你看我速度有多快？
See how fast I was? I used Taiwanese.
念的是台湾，一下就念完。为什么念那么快？
So I chanted really
在我
fast.
脑海里面了。
Why? Because already imprinted on my brain.
这个经就在我脑海里面。
Because the sutra is in my brain. Inside my
你们
brain.
能不能念那么快？
Can you chant it that fast?
我跟你讲真的，我每天念啊，到现在，
Really, I chant it every day until now.
这是我命中注定的。
And that's predestined in my life.
人家讲说，哎，师尊你看起来不像82岁，哪里不像？
People say, Grandmaster, you don't look 82. How come?
啊？
I don't.
哪里不像82岁？从头到脚都不像。
From head to toe, you don't look like 82.
哎，有啦，我是有吃仙丹的，那个安吉尔给我仙丹。
I do eat the immortal
站在这里，
elixir from angel
前面
every day.
晒太阳，
Sits in the sun at the incense burner,
在转呢，在练仙丹。
and her palms are
我仙丹先练一半，先给你吃。
turning, making the elixir. And then as I'm driving, she would come and say, okay, this is half done.
半颗仙丹呢。
So this is for you. And then
他说还有
she
半颗
extend her palm,
我说好了，你
and she said it's only half a pill. And I said,
出了
okay.
丹，
And what kind of elixir is it? It's a rejuvenation elixir.
减掉30岁。
So she said that
3颗
taking one, then it would be 30 years younger. So if I take 3, I would become a baby.
人生，反正来人间呐，玩一玩。
So coming to this human world, we just play. Don't be too serious.
对人间的事，你太认真，你就是迟早。
If you're too serious about worldly affairs, then that's attachment, and then you would feel bad.
所以《楞严经》会讲到，
So the Surangama Sutra will talk about it.
先丢掉我执，
First, get rid of your attachments, self-attachments.
把自己迟早丢掉。
That first discard your self-attachments. Just follow your destiny.
把烦恼的事情也丢掉，
And also
天
discard
快乐过日子。
afflictions, troublesome issues, and just live your days happily. Then naturally we would be young and happy
是这样子啊。
and just very natural, and that's how I am.
你在人间做什么？ 你
Why
年轻的时候
do you
赶快
come to this world? So while you're young, you should have fun.
赶快出去玩。为什么要
Just
这么
go out and have fun. Why do you have to do that when you're young?
你到老的时候啊，你
Because if you never have fun when you're young, and then when you get old,
到老的时候，你没
you
办
can't
法
do it anymore. It's
白
impossible.
发了，
You would be
不能
limping.
动了，你怎么玩？
When you can't move your legs, how can you play?
不要受困，你就像这个很高兴的、很青春的，
So don't be held in bondage.
这样子，
So just youthful and joyful and lively,
如梦，
and just enjoy the world.
好梦啊！
So life is like a dream, but you want to have good dreams.
你要做好梦啊！你做噩梦还得了？
You want to have good dreams. You don't want to have bad dreams.
很辛苦，
Like in the human world, you just always cry and sad and suffering.
为什么要这样？
That's bad dreams.
折磨自己，
Why do you want to be like
折磨
that?
自己，
So you're actually tormenting yourself. Nobody is
快
tormenting
乐一
you.
点过日子。
So just be happy living your
忧
life.
郁啊，刚刚生病出来的时候，那个李医师啊，
When I
家里
just
面
got
医生
out
那
from
个
my
这
illness,
个一般来讲手术以后6个月
Dr. Lee
就
told
会
me
很难
you
恢复。
typically, 6 months after surgery, you would be depressed. It would be difficult to recover, just like post-mortem
生产
depression.
得到忧郁症，生一个孩子
The post-mortem depression.
就得到忧郁症。
Then you would
也
have
是一样，你生
the
病
same with major illness,
出来也是很忧郁，走不出来。
that you would be depressed and you cannot overcome it. And I really felt depressed,
真的在家里睡觉的时候，突然间惊醒过来，
like really at home when I was asleep.
就在安
I
慰
would be
这是在家
shocked
里，不是在医院。
and woken up in the middle of the night, shocked, and comfort myself. This is at home. It's not in the
哪里
hospital.
有快乐你就哪里去。
And then Golden Mother comforted me and told
说
me,
怎么都可以
you
做，
can just
都
go
可以
wherever
快乐。
you feel happy. And can I do anything? Yeah, you can do anything. Go ahead, as long as you feel
是基督
happy.
跟我叫我去的，
That's what Golden Mother told me. It's not that I want to do it. It's Golden Mother who told me to do
你
it.
哪里快乐你就去啦。
So just go do whatever makes you happy.
莲池说，在法座上，我在
And
法
Lian
座上
Ci Master asked me
师尊你的快乐是什么？
when I was at the Dharma throne, what is your
我还要
happiness?
跟你讲，
How am I supposed to, should I tell you? No, I'll be dead.
对不对？报复也是快乐啊，对不对？
Baofu is also a
报复就
happiness.
是并不是那些钱只是过眼，
Although for Baofu, the money is only fleeting.
一时
Driving nice cars also
什么
fleeting.
事情
Just
快乐也
momentary.
是一时。
Any happiness is also fleeting.
你有了，
But you need to have it.
慢慢就
Then
转过来。
you would have better mood and you can turn your depression and discard your
我们
depression.
就做一个好梦，
Life is like a dream, so we should have good dream better than bad dreams.
跟大家讲清楚。
So I've told you clearly,
有什么？
human life is nothing.
生老病死也是
Birth, old age, sickness, and death, all
你能赚多少钱也是
predetermined.
注定的，
How much money you make is
你能开什么车
predetermined.
也是注定的。
What kind of cars you drive also predetermined.
我并没有求要开法拉利，
I did not ask to drive Ferrari, but someone wanted to give it to me.
我心里想，
I thought of
人
it.
家就送了，把另
And
外一个
then
就送了，
Someone gave it to me. Hanifa gave it to me.
跟你也是
She gave Rolls Royce Bentley.
是欠我，
She owed me from past lives.
因为他高兴，
But I cannot say that because she's happy to do it and I'm also
对
happy.
不对？
So as long as happy, that's
今天
good.
送我车，那
If I force it, you have to give me a car, then you would be unhappy.
你高兴，
As long as you're happy and I'm happy and everybody's happy, that's it.
我不一定要开名牌的车，
I didn't have to drive fancy cars because it's quite troublesome.
要从欧洲寄过来，
Just for a part, you need to be sent from Europe. And it's summer vacation in Europe.
7月他们不做
Nobody works in
那
July.
么久，
So I had to wait for a long time. That's also predestiny.
命里若有，终须有。
If it's supposed to be in your destiny, it will happen. If you don't have it in your destiny, then don't force it.
所以我们念高王经是有好处，
So there are benefits chanting Hiking Sutra. See, by chanting Hiking Sutra, people will give you cars.
人家给你供养，
And people give you offerings, and if you don't accept
难
it,
过太难过，
I feel bad. They also feel bad.
师父为什么不收我的？
And they think that, oh, why Grandmaster rejects it? So there must be some problems. So they feel bad, and I also feel bad. But if the giver is happy, the receiver is also happy, then everybody's happy.
人生就是这样子。到了寿终的时候啊，你也知道，那就是一切。
You would know at the end of your life, then everything is gone, nothing is attainable. In the Heart Sutra, it's been mentioned,
无所得，
when you clearly recognize unattainability of Bodhisattva,
放开，
when you know whether you have it, it's fine when you have it, it's fine when you don't have it, then your heart mind is wide open. The Buddha has said it very clearly.
以无所得故，在这个世界上，
Due to unattainability on this earth, in this world, nobody can gain or attain
没
anything.
有人能够得到什么。
All your life, nobody can attain or gain anything. So it's fine if you just throw it away.
你能够做到这样吗？
Can you do that?
没有得到呀。
It's fine if you have it. It's fine if you don't have
得
it.
无失，
So that's
学佛的人都懂的。
no gain, no lose, no loss. As a Buddhist, you should know no gain, no
受一
loss.
些挫折，本来就是
So ups and downs and challenges,
大王经
those are normal.
会得到佛菩萨的光的加倍。就是这样。
So by chanting the Hiking Sutra, you would receive Buddha's and Bodhisattva's blessings.
或是你本来是可以要走的，变成没有走，但是你要受一点苦。
Or you're supposed to die, you don't
因
die,
为人生
but you
还叫人
but
生嘛。
instead you would suffer. Because if there's no suffering whatsoever in the human world, that's not called the human world. It would be called the realm of Atma's bliss, the Pure Land.
我们修阿弥陀佛的法，
Why do we want to go to Sukhavati, the Pure Land of Atma's
极
bliss?
乐世界就是
Today we practice
有一种
Amitabha
东西
Dharma
让你极乐，
because in Sukhavati there is one thing that would make you happy,
微妙音，能够让你极乐。
most blissful.
你只要听到那
Is
种
that
音乐，
marvelous sound
全身的
that would make you feel really blissful. Upon hearing such a music,
念身，
the cells all over your body would dance. You would naturally be mindful of the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha and cultivate the 37 aids to
不
enlightenment.
用勉强。
You're not
微
forced,
妙音那个声音一进来，
and it's just naturally when you hear the sound. That's Atma's bliss.
我会告诉大家，你
I will tell all of
非得
you,
参加大势至菩萨的
you must attend the grand ceremony of the Mahastama Prapta Bodhisattva.
至菩萨的所有的秘密全部讲出来。
I will tell you all the secrets of Mahastama Prapta Bodhisattva. You must come for the grand ceremony on September 5th.
因为那是我经历过的，
Because that's something I have experienced myself. That's why I can tell you.
不要执着人生，不要执着我的
Don't be attached
释迦牟尼佛
Don't
叫人在楞严经
have a hang up over this
听到
world.
时少你的眼耳鼻舌身意，
It's mentioned in the Surangama Sutra too. Don't be so attached to your eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. And
绝对不能够
you can do what makes you happy, but you cannot be attached to your eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. As soon as you attach, then you would suffer.
一切就完全没有。
When you let go of everything, you have no suffering whatsoever. You just follow the affinity at ease and at peace.
我告诉你，连耶稣基督也是这样教我。
That's what the Buddha teaches us, and Jesus Christ also taught us the
耶
same.
稣基督不把死当成死啊，
Jesus Christ did not view death as
他被钉
death.
十字架，
He was crucified on a cross
33岁耶，
at 33.
他哪里有把生命当生命？
So he did not treat his life as a life.
他从四处游历回来，回到他自己的故乡。
After he was traveling all over the place, returning to his homeland,
他说话没有人听，
and nobody listened to his teachings.
他的话故乡的人不接受。他是木匠的儿子，
The people of his homeland never accepted his teachings. He's just the son of a carpenter.
故乡的人最难。
It's the most difficult to deliver your own family members or the people of your town. So he had to leave Nazareth to go to Jerusalem,
到加利利海，
to the Sea of the Galilee.
耶稣也是一样。
So the same with Jesus.
他不是不懂，他知道。
He knows, he understands.
底下的使徒，他的学生，
His apostles, his
每一个
disciples,
人都殉道了，
they're all martyrs,
把
martyrs.
死当成一回事。
So they don't think of their lives as so big deal. Why do they want to become martyrs? Because that's the ultimate truth. They want the truth, but they don't want the lives. That's how they become martyrs.
像你们殉道，
Now asking you to die
生命
for a good cause.
殉道
Can you? Life is precious. How can I become a martyr? Jesus' disciples all are martyrs.
哥
His cousin Jacob,
是从那个最高的教堂被推下来死，
he was pushed from the highest cathedral to
彼
die.
得是被钉死的，
He has the longest life. Peter was nailed to
安
death.
德不被钉死，安德烈也是被钉死，
Andrew too was nailed to death, crucified. All his disciples.
十二门徒，哪一个不
The
是
12 apostles, all of them were martyrs.
最后的那个
The last one,
保罗，
Paulo,
他也是殉道
Paul, was also a martyr.
保罗也是殉道的，保罗是被耶稣感召的。
Jesus converted Paul.
告诉大家啊，这世界上圣人不是很多，
There are not that many holy people in this world.
懂得道理的不是很多。
Not very many people truly understand the
能够殉
principles.
道的很少，耶稣
And
都是殉道，
the people who can
为道而死，
become martyrs were also few. They die for the Tao, the path. That's very precious and rare.
因为这个是真正的道理，
They all were martyred
他们宁愿牺牲自己，
because they know that's the true reality, the true principles. So They don't even care about their lives. Therefore, there is no suffering of life and death. How did they die?
很惨的，
Very badly.
一切都是注定的。
Everything is predestined.
为大善大恶，你修行，你证悟了，你可以改变自己。
Only the major great deed or major bad deed, or when you're enlightened, you can change your own destiny. They'd rather die
无也不算，
for the truth, for the path.
不
Therefore,
算什么，
death is no big deal. Illness is also no big deal.
这是解答莲花教堂问的。
So that's the answer to the question asked by Lianhua Lotus Zhao Tang.
这样子讲，懂了吗？
Now, do you understand?
你为了到死啊，你就得永生啊！
When you die for the Tao, you would have eternal life.
为道而死才能得永生啊！你修行
Only
证
when you die for the path, you would attain eternal
肉
life.
体是丢掉的，这个肉体是假
When you
的。
cultivate spiritually and you gain enlightenment, you can throw away this physical body. Because this physical body is a fake thing. It's not real thing. Because it can age and it can be sick and it can die. There is no use to this physical body.
想想，真的人的身体，这个是假，我们是离开这个假壳，这个假的。
So this body is just a false shell. And we just discard this fake shell.
永生的那种道，
And we approach
称为道，
the eternal
被
life.
称为佛，
And
在基督
in Taoism, it's called the Tao. In Buddhism, it's called Buddhahood. And in Christianity, it's called the ultimate truth.
一道合真，
So you unite with the ultimate truth. So the
就是真的。
Tao is the truth.
一定会坏的，一定会
Because this shell will definitely deteriorate, will be ill, and will
注
die.
定了，本来
For
就
sure. That's not destiny, it's just how it is.
但是我们为了，好像是说是求这个道，
But in order to seek the Tao,
学道，还是要
to
借用这个
practice
身
the Dharma, we still have
体
to
你有这
make
个健康
use
的
of
身
this
体才
body.
能够修道。
So only by having healthy body,
修道都很
you can cultivate the Tao. Otherwise, it would be difficult. 小芬师姐 My sister Xiaofen
唱一条歌给我们听，
sing a song for
好
us.
听的歌。
The most beautiful song.
我们要听听你唱的歌。
We want to hear your song.
弟子一心顶礼师尊，
Grandmaster, your disciple wholeheartedly pay homage to Grandmaster. And greetings to Sumo and all the masters, venerables, and fellow disciples. Good evening.
弟子想要唱一首有趣的歌送给师尊。
I would like to sing an interesting song for Grandmaster.
Turuban suman truat, turuman suar trudaya bantru milu samada, turamuda, tromuda sulamuda, Ta sumida trurupan truwa Sukantru tamandala Turu mandru pisu darua Isa muda 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 Supanru darua Turu Buddha Turu Buddha Turu Buddha suwa Manto muda Samantaru biru biru kasura kasur biru biru daruman fasula Jumuda fasula Turuban tua Om Guru Lian Shan Si Di Hom Om Guru Lian Shan Si Di Hom Hui Jia Hui Jia轮轮回回回到你心中的家 Turumanda Turumanda Marsuan Truma Turumanda Turumuda Masura 谢谢师尊，弟子永远爱你。
Thank you, Grandmaster. I will love you forever.
你现在用天语唱，
So she sang in the celestial language as well as in Chinese. Do you understand?
用华语唱的，大家听得懂。
You understand the Chinese? How about the one in the celestial language? Those who know would know.
语言有很多，
There are many languages.
你要唱得好，
And she sings it well. The lyrics are very nice, very
跟
beautiful,
华语的歌词差不多。
and close to the Chinese, right? The
我
same.
本来就是要回家，
Right. We want to go
回哪
home.
个家？
To go with home to which one?
离开这个肉体，
To leave this physical
到真
body,
理的家，
to go back to the home of the ultimate
在
truth.
哪里？
Where is our home?
不是一个地方，
It's not a place.
是你本身的证悟。
It's your enlightenment.
你证悟了，
Once you're enlightened, everywhere is your home.
你没有证悟，以为
If you're not enlightened
一个地方一个局限，
and you think that this place is a boundary,
偏一切处，
it's omnipresent. You're everywhere.
有一条歌啊，
There is a song.
我唱一小段而已。
Let me just sing a small piece.
趁你的夜晚，把门照亮，请守护他身旁。若有一天能重逢，让幸福洒满整个夜晚。
If one day we can meet again, let the happiness fill the whole night. It's not just meeting again, but we are supposed to meet again.
充满一切处，
And not just the
证悟到
bliss fills the whole night, but everywhere.
一切处，
Once you're enlightened, you're everywhere.
因为人生就是这个样子。
That's what your human life is.
趁你的夜光，把门照亮，请守护他心房。 看透了人生聚散，
The lights of the cities
快乐片段，
sparkles all
多一
the
点快
night.
乐片段，这是人生啊！
Can we have a little bit more happiness? That's about human life.
人生的境遇不是聚就是散。
Human experience is all about gathering and separation.
你就永远永生。
So, if you have attainment, then you have eternal life. Then you have no sadness or sufferings.
这样子懂。
Now, do you understand?
人生都是聚散，不是相聚就是。
Human life is all about gathering and separation and affinities.
佛法真正讲，
Everything is about
它虽然
affinities.
讲因缘，讲因果，
Although Buddha Dharma talks about causes and conditions, about cause and effect, but they're all just pieces.
就整个人生啊，
The whole human
好
life,
的梦、坏的梦，好的梦、坏的梦，
good dream, bad dream, good dream,
全
bad
部串
dream,
起来，这个就是。
all linked together. That's human life.
你真正证悟了，
Once you truly enlighten, you have eternal life. You are the eternal life.
基督教也是这样子讲。
The same in Christianity.
所以那个耶稣来这世间，他做
So Jesus came to this
教
world
你两个字，
for what purpose? To teach
警
you
醒，
two
叫
words
醒你们。
is to wake you up.
佛来这世间是叫你们觉，
And why did the Buddha come to this world? Is to enlighten you,
他把智慧给你们，
to awaken you, to give you
你
wisdom,
们用方法要醒过来。
to teach you methods to be awakened. And Jesus come to this world is to jolt awake everybody,
也是叫你们叫醒。
to wake up everybody. And the Buddha is the same, to wake everybody up.
当初我是查经班的老师，
Back then, I was a Sunday school teacher.
所以我一走入佛教，发觉他们道理是一样的。
So when I walked the Buddhist path, I discovered they're the same principles. They have the same principles.
耶稣的道理跟佛教的道理很多
So the concepts of Jesus and Buddhist
都
concepts,
是无为而为。
many of them are the same. They're all about
一
action
段这个
without
像
conditions.
佛的念经，
Now let's chant the Surangama Sutra spoken by the Buddha.
正念
At that time, the Tathagata, seated upon the lion seat,
加
adjusted his lower robe, gathered his Sangati robe,
引所于
and drew the 7-jeweled table toward him. He reached toward the table and picked up a flowered cloth
一
offered
节，
by deity of the Kabbalah heaven. Before the assembly, he tied it into a knot.
这个时候啊，释迦牟尼佛从他的座位上
So at that time, Sakyamuni Buddha,
盘身，什么叫涅盘身？
on his seat,
拉琴呐，我是讲现代化。
adjusted his lama
这
skirt.
个喇嘛琴就是裙，涅盘身就是琴，他的
So
裙子，
that's his
释
skirt
迦牟尼
or
佛
robe.
穿的衣服，像
That what Sakyamuni Buddha wore was more like those worn by Thai monks.
念真伽雷，真伽雷是什么？僧伽雷是什么意思？就是9条衣，
What is the Sangati robe?
出门的时候要穿的，叫做9条衣。
It's called the 9 robe. It's a robe that's worn by the monastics. It's like the precept robe, the kasaya robe. So he was adjusting his lama robe and kasaya robe. And if there's a table, he just drew it toward him. So, table with 7 jewels, but not here.
七宝机就是一个茶几的，一个茶几的，镶了很多东西的，叫七宝机。引所移机，他伸手到这个。
So he reached toward the table and picked up a flowered cloth. Maybe you don't know what flower cloth is. That's tanka. Just change it to tanka. Took a tanka. What is the Kapala heaven? It's the heavens of time. So, kalpa is the number for time. So that's also called the heaven of time. So it's like a god who made offering of a hatha to Sakyamuni Buddha. So Sakyamuni Buddha was adjusting his lama robe and then gathering the Sangati robe. I've seen that. Because the Venerable Goxian gave me that. That's worn by the monk of the Southern School with 9 lines. That's something to be worn when you go out as an honored guest. It's like 9-strip kasaya or 9-panel monastic robe. And then there's the hatha that was offered by the Kapala heaven. I'll just explain it like this so that you understand. Otherwise, you may not understand this cryptic ancient wordings. So he picked up a hatha offered by the god of the heaven of time. Then, before the assembly, he tied it into a knot in the hatha and showed it to Ananda, saying, "What is this called?" Ananda and the assembly replied together, "This is called a knot." A knot. Can we tie a knot with this? Yeah. It's too short. You can't tie a knot with this. So he tied a knot. What is this? Sakyamuni Buddha said, a knot. No. Ananda said, oh, that's a knot. So ask Ananda, what is this? What is this called? Ananda and the assembly replied, "This is called a knot."
关叠华经，
The Tathagata then
又把那
folded the flowered
这
cloth
个结，
and tied another
再问
knot.
阿难，
And once again he asked Ananda,
这个叫什么？
"What is this
阿
called?"
难跟大众又
Ananda and the
这个
assembly
叫做结吗？
replied again, "This is also called a knot."
关叠华经，总成六结，
In this way,
是将它们打6个结。
following the proper sequence, the Tathagata repeatedly folded and tied the flower cloth until there were 6 knots in all.
取手中所成的
Each
结，
time a knot was formed, he held up the knot in his hand and asked Ananda, "What is this called?"
次第从
Ananda and the assembly answered the Buddha in sequence each time, "It is called a knot."
跟阿难回答都是一样，这也是结呀、
So the answer was the same. This is also a knot.
所以讲到这里了，哇，讲了一大段呢。
Oh, that's a long piece.
佛告阿难，
The Buddha said to Ananda,
告诉阿难，这一条哈达，你们都叫它是结，
"Now you call this hatha knots.
啊，先把它打一个结，那么
When I first tied
再打成第三个
the
结。
cloth, that's the first knot, and then the second knot, and then the third
因
knot."
何你朝复名为结？
And Sakyamuni Buddha
为
asked,
什么你们
"Why did you
6个东西都叫
call them knots, the 6 things? Why do you call the 6 things
你们全
knots?
部都叫它是结呢？
On this tower, you tie 6 knots, but why do you call them all
这
knots?
个是有玄机的。我上回
There's a trick in here.
要做比喻前，先
Didn't I tell you the other
喜
time
欢用比喻来
that Sakyamuni Buddha loves to use
告诉大家
analogy?
一个电线杆里
And
面
I told you this, right?
停了6只鸟，
That there are 6 birds perching on a power
6 只
line.
鸟，
And when someone shoots the bird, how many birds are left? None.
就电线一条电线。
So when there are no birds, what's left? Just the power line.
你们为什么不讲它是哈达呢？为什么讲成结呢？
Why didn't you say hatha? Why did you say knots? That's what Sakyamuni Buddha is
哪一个结
asking.
你们说第一个结，这第2个结，第3个结，第4个结，第5
When
个
I
结。
tie the knot, you keep saying, "Oh, that's one knot, that's knot, second knot, third knot, fourth knot, fifth knot, fifth, sixth knot." Why do you call them knots?
哲学味道，
So there's
在里面，
a sense of philosophy in
哲学
here.
味道。
It's a philosophical
我打一个，
sense.
你也说结；打第2个，你也
When I tie one, you call it knot. The second one, you call it knot. The third one, you call it knot. And I tie 6, and you still call it
被
knots.
称为结呢？
Why did you repeat and call them all knots?
咱们要叫什么？
What
大
what
家来想一想。
what else would you call it? Think about it.
原来的哈达你不讲，你偏偏
You did not say the hatha. It's originally the hatha, and you just look at the knots on the outside.
一条哈达结成6个结，你们
It's a long hatha that's being tied into knots, and you keep saying, "Oh, this is the knot, this is the knot."
阿难跟释迦牟尼
So Sakyamuni Buddha made another analogy. Sakyamuni Buddha told Ananda,
叠华居成经，这个东西啊是用麻布去变成哈达的。
"These things was made from
但是我想，
cloth.
如来打一个结，就得到一个结名。
When I first tied the cloth, you call it a knot.
100个结，这样
So
子讲的。
When I tie 100 knots, you call it 100 knots. Ananda said,
如我思维，我这样子想，如
this
来
is what
他
I
一个结
think.
就得一个结的名。
When you tie a knot,
100个结就
it's
是
called a
100个结的
knot.
名。
And then when you tie 100 knots, then you call it 100
这个
knots.
他打，只有你
And
打了
you
6
only tie 6 knots on the hatha,
也
not
不在第
7.
5个停。
And you don't stop at the 5th either.
为什么释迦牟尼佛只
So why
我当初
does
的
Sakyamuni Buddha
第
recognize
一个是称为
only
结
the first as a
第
knot,
三
but
个
not the
不称为
second
结
and the third and the third?
他是这样子访问释迦牟尼佛。
So he asked this to the
佛就
Buddha.
告诉阿难尊者：“吃宝华经呐，你知此
And then the Buddha told Ananda,
你也知道这个
you
哈
know
一条啊，
that this precious flower cloth was originally only one
打6个
piece.
结，
When I
名虽
tied
有6个结，
6
但
times,
你仔细看
6
它，
knots came into being. But if you examine it carefully, the hatha is still the hatha.
我们讲到这里吧。
Let's stop
你仔细
here.
看，仔细观察，经体
Observe
一
carefully
条，
that the
经体
cloth
它打6个
itself
结，你就知道
is only one.
你不是乱了吗？
And by tying the knots, you call it
为什么不
knots.
讲
Why don't you just say it's one hatha?
长结？
Why do you call it knots?
我们人生啊，只有
So
一个妙明真心。
In a human body, there's only one wondrous luminous true mind. Only on it we added the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. So you don't talk about the wondrous luminous true mind. All you can see is just the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. Are the 6 roots.
人呐，只看他的表
So
面，
people of the human world
人
only
生啊
look
你
at
只
the
看他的表
surface.
面，
That the human life is only looked at on the
你的内
surface.
在的佛性你没有看出来。
But you don't see the inner Buddha nature. You cannot see the inner Buddha nature. That human was originally have
你
eternal
没有看
life,
出来，
but you cannot see it.
你却说你是什么人？
And you say you're a certain human.
释迦牟尼佛是用这个来做比喻。
So Sakyamuni Buddha used this as analogy. Now, do you understand? 哪一个乱？释迦牟尼当然是对啊，他说佛。 Sakyamuni Buddha, of course, is correct because he's the Buddha and we're just mundane beings. We only see with the eyes, hear with the ears, smell with the nose, taste with the tongue, the body to touch, to feel, and the mind to think.
根本的
How would we know? How would we know that he was talking about
他那
this?
也是只讲外面的，
We only talk about the external things, Ananda too.
然后再教你如何打开这个结。
And then he will teach us how to untie these knots.
大意就是这样子。你
That's the general meaning of the Surangama Sutra. You have to untie these knots.
结要打开吗？如何打开？
Do we need to untie the knots? How to untie the knots?
教你打开。
Then we can read the Surangama Sutra how. We will continue next time.
哎，时间很晚了，来个
It's
笑话
very late already. Let's tell some
那
jokes.
个小女儿拿着糖放进爸爸的嘴里面，
The youngest daughter
问
got the candy and placed it into dad's mouth. And so, Daddy, is this candy sweet? The daddy was very touched.
很甜。
So sweet, yes.
那小女儿是讲，
And the little daughter said,
狗吃，它都吐出来。
but how come I just fed it to the dog and he spit it out?
阿弥陀佛。 Om Mani Padme Hum。
Om Mani Padme Hum。
感恩圣尊